This is our drum rotator attachment designed for use with forklift trucks or stacker trucks. The attachment is lifted using the forklift fork, so your standard forklift for handling pallets could be used with this attachment. When this is on the ground, we bring the forklift in and the forks go into the pockets on either side. We then have a securing chain on either side which goes around the fork, and this prevents the attachment moving or sliding off the forks if we were travelling at speed. Once the attachment is secured onto the forklift, we then have our band here at the front. The band encompasses 200 litre drums, but it can also be adjusted down for smaller drums, down to 50 litres. To adjust the band, we actually slide the whole unit together, and this makes the band smaller. And we'll show you later how to adjust the diameter of this band. We also on this side, the self-locking worm wheel gearbox. It's a very heavy duty gearbox with a very large shaft, so it's very robust assembly. And we have a handle on this side for rotating it and for emptying the drums. So we've got a steel 200 litre drum here full of water, and we're going to use the attachment to pour it into our vessel. The first thing I've done is I've opened up the band, so the band's open on either side, so we're ready to drive in to pick up the drum. So we'll get in our forklift. Once we've driven forward around the drum, first thing we do is we take our strap here, we pass it around the front of the unit and hook it on to the other side. We then have our ratchet, so we pull through the slack. We then tighten the ratchet around the belly of the drum. We then have our rim clamp here. The rim clamp is adjustable in height, so we can lower it down for shorter drums or raise it up. If we bring it in here, we're a little bit high, so to adjust it, we simply remove this pin, lower it down until it fits beneath the lip of the drum, and then refit our locking pin. We've got this little locking pin here, put that in place. We then bring our rim clamp up over the top of the drum, and then we spin down the lock nut. Just needs to be hand tight. We've got the band secure and the rim clamp secure. Once we're lined up with our vessel, on this side we have our rotation handle, so we begin to rotate the drum. And rotate it back to vertical. Once the drum's down on the floor, we do the reverse to take out the drum. So first of all, we release our rim clamp. That's clear. And then I'll ratchet on the front. Unhook the ratchet and stow it on our hook here. We can then either pull our forklift away or pull the drum out the front. We'll now go get the next drum. It's important we don't drive in and push the drum over, so we just come in nice and gently till the drum's within the band. We then once again take our ratchet and strap, pass it around the front, pull out any slack, and then tension the strap. Only needs to be hand tight, we don't need to overdo it and really wrestle the ratchet, just do it nice and snug, and then stow the lever. We then have our rim clamp on this side. Bring it in, up to the lip. I'm a bit short here, so I need to just increase the height of the rim clamp. So again, we just release the locking pin, hold the rim clamp and remove the pin, bring it up to the right level, then refit our pin. Lock it in place. And the rim clamp passes under the lip, over the top of the drum, and then we wind it down. The rim clamp's really good for these plastic drums that are very slippery. It just prevents them slipping vertically in the rotator band. Then we've got our rotation handle, so we rotate, tip the drum. Once again, so we do reverse, release our rim clamp first. Release our ratchet at the front. We can stow the hook on the side of the unit there, so it's out of the way. We'll now show you how to adjust the band to handle smaller drums as well. The next drum's a lot smaller in diameter, so we need to adjust this band to come inwards and make a smaller diameter for the next drum. To do this, we use our unique sliding mechanism. So a forklift obviously has its own sliding mechanism, so we can move the forks across the carriage. And then our rotator here has these sliders built in, so we can bring the whole unit closer together. So to do this, we unlock our fork. It's good to lift it up to a good height, so we're not bending down close to the floor. We're standing up. I can use my leg to push the fork. So I'm going to push it in, slide it inward, like so. So we've slid it in there, and you can see here, these two plates are a lot closer together, but we have this excess band here, so the band's too large, and we need to close this down. So to do this, at the back we have 2 pins, so we remove these 2 pins, place them on the side. We then hold the band with a hand on each side, and we split the band apart. Once the band's apart like this, we can overlap the segments, and you can see on this side, we've got all these different hole positions that we can slot the band into. So if I bring it into that position, for example, slot it in, you can see here our band's a lot smaller now, so it's better suited to a smaller drum around 60 litres. Once we've set the band position, we take our locking pins and refit them. This keeps the band together. Obviously it's important the band is fully attached, and that's why we've got 2 pins here. And a nice tight fit, and that sets the band up ready for this drum. Bring the band around the front. Hook it onto this side, pull the slack through, I'll ratchet, tension it up. I've set our rim clamp in a low position, I'm going to lift it up and secure it down over the lip of the drum. This is a 60 litre Mauser, so it's on the sort of bottom end of what you'd handle with this unit. Make sure that's nice and tight. And come forward, get a rotation handle. May just move forward very slightly just to make sure we get all the contents into the vessel. And then continue our rotation. Important when we lower to a floor, we don't lower too much. Obviously we're only holding a plastic drum, so we just need to lower until the drum touches the floor. and release our rim clamp. And the ratchet. And stow our ratchet away and hook it on over that side. Then take our drum out and we're ready for the next one.